Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm back testing 7th August data, Monday's trade. I caught a break-even trade. Let me show you how. It was a very simple trade, textbook trade, and Mondays, to be honest, I'm figuring out if I will trade Monday or not, and if I will trade the 12:30 or 1:30 entry. Okay, so here we can see the market was literally on the daily time frame bullish. Higher time frame is still bullish, but and also the most important thing is the daily time frame on GBP USD is Thursday has given a huge reaction from this daily demand order block. This demand order block is being respected here, and it is giving a huge bullish pin bar. We call this as a bullish pin bar, and Friday was a bullish candle, bullish closure. So my bias for Monday was bullish. But if also we know the weekly profiling, right? Weekly profiling says that, and on the weekly time frame my bias was bullish for the week, because look at this, it's also reacting off of a weekly demand zone right here. This is also a weekly demand zone reacting off of this. So next week I anticipate to go up. Bias is bullish, but I may be wrong, and that's part of the game. And if I'm wrong, and I will totally adapt to the markets, because the markets are never wrong, the trader is. So if I'm bearish, then my weekly profiling looks something like this: Monday, Tuesday to go down, and then most ideally we will get the trade on Wednesday. But that's the most ideal case scenario. But in this case, I was looking for buys on Monday. I was looking for buys on Monday because there was no news on Monday. As you can see, Monday there was no news on August 7th, and when there is no news and there is no bank holiday, I mean the banks are open and there is no news, it's a very ideal day to trade. You can see Monday there was no news in my FX book and also on my Forex Factory. So and also looking at the DXY, our bias gets more stronger. As we can see, Thursday reaction from this daily fair value gap right here filled up the fair value gap, rejected from that, and we know that if a daily fair value gap is getting filled and rejected, it's a valid rejection. And Friday is clearly body closed below the previous day low and given a huge bearish closure. So it doesn't make sense. The market can do anything, it can do this, but it doesn't make sense to do this, at least for me, according to my knowledge. And I anticipate the market to continue down, at least to take these lows here as a draw of liquidity, and then something like that. So my bias was bearish on DXY and bullish on GBP USD. So on Monday I was looking for buys. Now I hope it's clear why I was looking for buys. And now if I show you the trade, it was a beautiful trade, textbook setup. In 4 hours, this was the previous week highs and lows. Keep your charts as clean as possible so that you don't get confused. As we know, we only mark the closest zones to keep the charts clean. And we can also see if we follow the price action. If we are following the price action, obviously we are price action traders. This strategy is based on price action. So this is the lows, lows, highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. For me, the market, you can argue that this is not one of the best change of character, but for me this was the change of character on the 4-hourly time frame, as we can see. So this was also looking good. So I was anticipating something like this higher low to continue the up move, because my bias is bullish. And if we are looking for buys on Monday, then the daily profiling is, first the market has to go down to make the low of the day, and then we can catch the high move, right? That's the daily profiling for you. That's very important to know that things, the small things. And the 4-hour was literally a beautiful demand zone right here. Higher highs, broke structure, change character to the upside. There was a fair value gap here on the 4-hourly, so it was a valid demand zone. And now I have refined that demand zone on the hourly. As you can see, this was a beautiful demand zone on the hourly. On the hourly, it changed character to the upside here, or you can also argue this is a break of structure because the change of character happens somewhere right here. And now if we are following price action, literally the market was going down, making lower highs and lower lows, change character here to the upside, higher highs. So after a higher high, the market cannot go up forever, so we know that there will be a higher low. So what, as traders, we have to wait for the higher low to complete and then enter at the higher high to catch the best possible move. That was I was looking for. And until and unless the Asian range is closed, we can't do nothing. So I was waiting. There was an hourly fair value gap here. So the Asian range closed something like this, and you can see the Asian range filled up the fair value gap, hourly fair value gap here, and only this much was left, I guess, something like that. And if you are looking for buys on Monday, the most ideal case scenario will be the Asian low to get swept, come to a demand mitigation, demand zone with the higher time frame, and then look for buys. So I was looking for this, looking for that 11:30 p.m., which is 6 a.m. UK time, London session, before to Frankfurt Open. Frankfurt Open, there was inducement. Okay, so there was inducement on 11:30 a.m. The market went down, gave a rejection from gave the exact candle we look for in the M15 to look for buys. And literally this was 12:30 move. This was a 12:30 move, very little bit early for us. So to be honest, I didn't took this trade. And if I took this trade, I am doing this backtesting to figure out if I will take 12:30 or 1:30. If 12:30 I'm getting more results, then I will look from 12:30 or 1:30. No problem. This trade was a 12:30 trade, and it was unfortunately a break-even trade because this was not a 1:3, as you can see. If it was a 1:3, I would have taken a lot of partials here. To be honest, I have taken a lot of partials here. I have break even the trade, and the price came back, hit our break even, and then literally flown. It was a winning trade, as you can see. The confluences I have already written down on my journal, so I will see there. But it was a beautiful trade, typical setup, but this was it reacted off of a 4-hourly demand. It reacted off of a 4-hourly demand right here, so we also have to keep that in mind. It was a higher highs, higher lows, so now we are targeting this previous day high to make a new higher high if market is bullish. As simple as that. Textbook trade right here. And if I go to the DXY to show you if it was in sync or not, DXY was also correlating beautifully. It was correlating with GBP USD beautifully. Asian high got swept, as you can see here. If I show you this and this, Asian high got swept, but in DXY there was manipulation of this 11:30 move here, and then literally Asian high got swept, filled up the fair value gap, and reacted off of this fair value gap right here, boom, to the downside, something like that. And it was a beautiful trade on Monday. Now let's see what the rest of the week is up to. As I'm backtesting, I'm learning a lot of things, and after this backtest I'm gonna start trading a demo.